Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first post. So I've been thinking for ages and ages and ages about how to lose weight. I've tried all sorts of different things. The telly's on, that's why my face keeps going different colours. I've tried all sorts of different things. I've tried different diets. I've really struggled getting fatter and fatter, to the point where the other day I had a bit of a meltdown and I was thinking I'm going to have weight loss surgery. So I started looking into that, and it was so expensive, or if I was to get it on the NHS, the waiting is so long and you have to have 2 years worth of counselling before you even start. Well, that's what a friend of mine told me anyway. And I just felt that I couldn't wait 2 years. I couldn't wait 2 years. I'm 44 now, and I'm fat, and it hurts my body. Even just walking, I can't go for a walk anymore because it hurts. And obviously, the less I do, the more painful it's getting because I'm losing muscle and all of that stuff. But it's got to the stage that I just didn't know what to do. Anyway, so I've decided to start the Cambridge weight plan. Now, I have done this before and I did lose some weight, but the problem I had last time was that I kept thinking, oh, well, I'll just have this weekend off, or, oh, well, it won't matter if I just have this one cake or whatever it was. And then, of course, before you know it, you stop losing weight, and then, you get all upset with yourself, and you start eating, and you start piling more weight on. So that's what happened last time I did it. But this time, I think, or at least I hope, my mind is really in it. I'm going on holiday in a few months' time. And every year for the past, I don't know, good few years anyway, every time I go away, I get really disappointed with myself because the whole time I'm away, I'm really uncomfortable. We go to hot places, and so it's hot to walk around. In between my thighs gets so painful. It's like 3rd-degree burns. Also, having to have extenders for the seatbelts on the plane, and just how generally rubbish I feel on, well, not even just on the beach or by the pool, just any time, if I go out for dinner with my family, and obviously it's hot, so I don't have long sleeves on, and I'm panicking about the size of my arms. And look, if you're fat, you know what I'm talking about. You don't need me to tell you this. If you're feeling this uncomfortable, you don't need me to tell you how utterly shit and depressing it is. So, tomorrow I start a new job. I haven't had a job for years. I've been at home with the children, but tomorrow I start the job. Now, last Friday I had a meeting with my children and with my husband, and I explained how difficult I'm going to find it. So not only am I starting this job and I'll be out the house all day, but I'm starting this weight loss plan as well. I find that when I'm it's this whole thing about food, the whole thing. So if I'm cooking for the family and I'm not supposed to be eating this food because I'm on a different diet or a plan or whatever you want to call it, if I'm cooking the food, I really want to eat it. I really want to pick out what I'm chopping or whatever. And then it's not so bad when they're eating it, because I can go off and do something else. I can go and read or whatever. But then when the plates go back into the kitchen, then, you know, I want to pick the food off the plate if they've left some on there. Also, planning the meals for the week, I find really, it just takes up my whole thought process. I'm thinking about the food, I'm thinking about what obviously what to feed them that's nutritious, the cost of it, how I'm going to make it, what time I need to start making the food in the day. So all of this whole thing is me having food in my head. So I've asked the kids and my husband to basically pretend I'm not here and look after themselves and feed themselves. And so they're going to come up with meal plans, and they're going to do the shopping, and they're going to cook it. So they've all got separate nights where they're going to be responsible for cooking the meals. I mean, it's great because, obviously it's good for me because I won't have to think about it, but it's also good for them. They need to learn how to do these things. They need to learn how to cook for more than themselves, and to think about planning instead of just thinking, oh, well, I'll just chuck some chips in the oven or whatever, you know. So it's good for them. So tomorrow is the first day. New work, new plan, and new children getting involved, or I don't know what to call it. But I'm excited about that. And I really hope it works out. And I really hope that they get on board. I mean, they seemed quite excited about it. You know, they seemed on board. They seemed that they wanted to help me, which is great. So, before I start my my Cambridge weight plan tomorrow, I have just demolished, where is it? You see, it's 4. I've just eaten 4 of them. I wouldn't normally eat that many. I don't normally eat chocolate, but it's the thought that I'm not going to eat for a while that's made me want to go out to the shop and get chocolate and eat it. So I did. Now that's going to be the last time. There'll be no snacking. There'll be no. I'll just have this glass of wine. Nothing. I'm really determined. Just look at that fat hand. And this. Anyway, so I went to see my consultant today. I've got my products. I got weighed. I actually didn't weigh as much as I thought I did. I thought I'd put on about 4 stone since the last time I went to get weighed, and actually I'd only put 2 stone on, which is still shit, but not as much as I thought. So now my consultant has advised that I do it in sort of mini goals. So if I say I'll get to the next stone down, and another time I might say, well, I'll I've taken off a whole stone or half a stone, whatever. So these little mini goals I'm going to go for. I've got a chest infection. I had the flu a few weeks ago, and it still got this chesty thing going on, so apologise for that. So anyway, wish me luck, comment, give me your advice, subscribe to my channel. If you want to join me in doing it and start you know, losing weight with me. Share what you're doing, and, you know, I hope it's going to be good. Fingers crossed. See you later.